Just gonna wait for my sister. Give her a few minutes. There she is. Not the open mouth. Hello, sister.
Was my mouth open?
Yeah. As soon as your camera came on, you're like, man, we do look alike. And we're both hooded up today, too.
You know, as I'm getting older, I don't like the back of my neck.
I've been telling you that.
I know, but I've just developed it as I've gotten older. I don't like the back of my neck feeling cold. So it's either a scarf or a hoodie or something. I need to keep this covered.
I understand fully. My neck and back of my arms. And it's raining here now and it's dark. Y'all bear with me with the lighting. I'm not turning any lights on. This is it. It started raining like an hour ago. Perfect napping weather. But here we are, welcoming y'all into the group chat. I'm Keisha. I'm at Growing Where I'm Planted on YouTube. And I'm growing in South Florida, Zone 10.
Hi, I'm Letitia, Farmer Letitia. I'm growing in Zone 8 in Georgia. Oh, hold on, I realize I need my little Moroccan blanket to the rescue.
Oops. It's cold there.
Handmade of like used textiles. It's like sweaters and all kinds of stuff that they wove together to make this amazing blanket. Beautiful. I love this thing. Yeah, I love this thing. Anyway, I'm partaking in a little snack that may be dinner.
May or may not be dinner. You're an adult. You can do what you want to do.
May or may not be. I intend to cook something later, but, you know, all good intentions sometimes become just intentions.
Right.
So,
what did you do today for your self-reliance, towards your self-reliance?
I feel like I did a lot, honestly.
Which leads me to saying, we're going to make this one a short one today, y'all.
Yeah. I feel really tired. Yeah, I feel tired.
Same.
I don't know if it's physical or mental or maybe a combination of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely starting to feel like the pressure of winter's almost ending. I feel like at the end and beginning of each season, I feel like pressure to like, you know what I'm saying? Nature doesn't wait on nobody. So you got a certain window
to be organized and ready and
get done what you intend to get done. Because also nature don't care about your intentions either. Oh, I really meant to. I really wanted to get that done. It's either done or it isn't. The seeds are either planted or they aren't. The shit's propagated or it's not. You know what I'm saying? So I know that time is just not going to wait. And so I just feel, I'm feeling a little bit of pressure as winter is closing. The window of winter is closing. Like I said, it was cold a couple days ago / last week. But this coming up week, it's almost going to be 70, which I know is going to go back down. This is like a false spring or whatever. But false spring in my mind is the beginning of real spring. And so, I know my time is winding down basically. So I'm feeling a little pressured to get stuff done. And so I've been pushing a little bit more probably, which makes me feel a little bit more tired, I think. I said that to say, today I sowed some sweet pea seeds in my back garden here.
Oh, wow. On the fence line?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've got some pots and buckets, large, like 5-gallon and more pots and buckets along my fence line. And I had that little net trellis that I, affixed to the fence.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have the sweet peas climbing up. So anyway, I soaked those last night and then I planted those today or sowed those seeds today. I finished harvesting my zinnia seeds, which I showed y'all yesterday. I had like maybe a 1/4 of a gallon bag of zinnia seeds that needed to be processed. So I finished processing those today.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Yeah, I set aside a little packet in your pile.
I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. There's stuff to the gills. I think I ended up with 6 of my seed package, filled to the top, obviously. So probably more seeds in there that than should be. But I like for us to be able to generously
Yeah, definitely.
sprinkle. So I'm just stuffing the bags basically. So yeah, I finished zinnias, and I finished like 2 chapters in my audiobook that I'm reading slash listening to right now. The third plate. And yeah,
Sounds good.
that's
Very productive.
I feel like I know I did more, but I can't even think about it right now. It's only 2 o'clock, but it feels like it's been such a long day.
So
So
long. I also started my day very early and didn't sleep enough hours. So, yeah, that's why it feels long.
yeah. Yeah. How about you? What'd you get into today for self-reliance?
Not much of anything. Um, I did take care of
Bees like that.
what?
Sometimes it bees like that.
Definitely does. I watered the nursery, the indoor. I knew it was going to
Oh
rain.
yeah.
I didn't water anything outside, but the
Mhm.
stuff I watered. I noticed I've got some yarrow that popped up, which is really nice.
Oh nice.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I actually don't even remember sewing that. I mean, obviously I did. I labeled the cup and everything, but I'm constantly always planting, and I don't even really remember usually what I've done.
What color?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think the picture on the packaging is white, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
White, yellow, red are the most common. I
Yeah,
was just curious.
maybe it was yellow. I don't know. We'll see. I guess maybe.
Yeah,
I've got
that's awesome.
like maybe like a quarter of the cup, a little um half moon area where they've come up.
Hmm.
So that's good.
They
Started.
like cool weather, so that's probably what helped them pop up.
Yeah. hmm That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah. My
And
yarrow always dives back and slows down in the summer.
yeah,
I started it last year. I didn't get much growth because summer came and it just stunted.
yeah.
Hopefully you're
I know it's so
a little
slow.
bit of cooler.
Oh, there's several herbs that I sowed now that I know do better in cooler weather, hoping that they could stay inside my house or balcony, somewhere more controlled where I'm watering it all the time and that kind of thing. And then maybe next winter it could go into the ground. But I don't expect it to get very big in the next few months. But I
Right.
have a starter plant.
But they are
Yeah,
perennials, so those take a little bit longer to get larger and
that's what I want.
established. But once they're in, they're going to be in. What happened?
Yes, Rab, Dunlap. Sorry, we are sisters. We're twins. Uh,
Hi, Rap.
yeah, because it's so slow growing, I wanted to get a start on it now in the cooler weather,
Yeah,
and then I could just baby it through the summer if I need to let it keep growing.
right. Keep
Uh,
it in the shade.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yarrow is actually one of those ones, FYI for anyone who's thinking about it, one of those plants that can be winter sown. So if you have like a old juice container or whatever, you can cut it in half, fill it with soil, leave it outside, and put all your seeds in there and just let it come up when it comes up in the spring. But they can handle cold, so you can leave those out and just let them be winter sown.
Mhm. Yeah, I just put them in a solo cup.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I think I started, if I remember correctly, I started mine in a solo cup as well. And then when it got just a little bit bigger, oh no, that's a lie. I did those winter sowed. I winter sowed those last year outside. And then once they got large enough, I transplanted them to a 3 gallon. I don't know why, but this popcorn is really
You're
hitting.
tearing it up. I know that. So
It's really hitting. I've been wanting since I woke up. Basically, I wanted popcorn, but I was like, no, I'm gonna be an adult. I'm gonna not have popcorn for breakfast, and so I waited.
have dinner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ate lunch though. I had a um, lentil dal
Oh, nice.
soup or whatever. I had like a stew. I don't know.
Yeah, same. I just ate right before we got on. pinto bean curry with some brown rice. I need to admit, I was going to text you and just to say, like, can we just be honest that brown rice doesn't taste as good as basmati rice or any other rice, really? Brown rice is at the bottom of I will eat it. And I do like changing my grains every now and then that I eat, but I don't really enjoy the process of eating brown rice, really. Like, even if you undercook it, it just still is just, I just don't, the texture is not, it's not my favorite.
What don't you like about it?
Mushy. Even if you undercook it, it's still overly soft to me. It's like,
oh,
and maybe the taste a little bit too. I don't know. It's not my fave, but I have a bunch of it, and so I ate some. It also doesn't freeze well. When you freeze it and then unfreeze it to like when I eat my lunch, it's like
yeah, it doesn't freeze well.
It's
like a porridge.
Yeah, and
After you freeze it,
bite into it, it's like Rice Krispie. I don't know. It's not. I'm like, it doesn't taste good fresh, and then you freeze it and eat it. It doesn't taste good. It tastes worse. And I need to be able to freeze to prep. Anyway,
oh, yeah, that's the other thing I did today, meal prep.
Oh, good. That's time well spent.
Because I'm going to the farm on Sunday.
Oh.
And so I have meals planned because I was going to go the week before last, but then we were notified that there was a winter storm coming and state of emergency was issued. So I was like, you know
what? It's not that serious.
I think I'm going to not go this week. So anyway, I had food left over from my intended trip a few weeks ago. But I plan to stay maybe a day or two longer this trip. So I want to just put a couple more meals towards my my meal prep. So I did a little bit of that today as well. I forgot. I know I did plenty of things because I can feel it.
Extreme colds that we had in Florida this past weekend and last week. I skipped for the same reason. But I actually had a thought that I hadn't had before. Because usually around summertime, I'm thinking, oh, you got to be safe and keep yourself out of the heat. But I had the same thought. I was like, actually, the same goes for extreme cold. I need to not be, because the week before I worked in the cold and I just felt terrible. My face was dry, my throat was dry. It's just, yeah, I felt like I was getting sick even though I wasn't. But I know it's breathing in cold air hours and hours. And we have it's the wind for me at the farm. The wind is just so cold and just hitting you. Anyway,
yeah, you definitely don't have a whole lot of windbreak out there.
None. And I'm like, I have so many. I think I caught some of it on video for some future videos I'm going to do. But I had several trees, pigeon peas mostly, knocked down, like literally leaning onto the. I was like, wow, this wind is crazy. And anyway, I didn't want to be in it. I'm like, just like I protect myself in the wind, I need to protect in the cold, protect myself from the cold as well.
In the summer. Yeah. Right.
So that's why I skipped the farm this week. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think it was a winter advisory everywhere, you know.
Yeah, I know, but
at least on the East Coast,
Florida, I remember. But people think South Florida doesn't get cold, so yeah. But we actually had lots of freezes, multiple freezes for days from like Friday through Monday. Anyway, yes, we think vegan B2Q.
We are. I think the thing I was thinking about the other day, I saw someone said something. Anyway, it sparked a thought of, I think it depends on where you are. So like, obviously winter in Florida, you know what I'm saying? For most people, like if you talk to someone in like Minnesota, they're like, that's not really winter. But the thing you have to keep in mind is that if you live in Florida and your plants are growing in Florida, they're not used to whatever extreme is for Florida. I'm saying it's extreme for there. I think, and even though it might snow in Minnesota regularly, it snows in Minnesota regularly. But even if they have a winter advisory, if they're getting like 10, 20 more inches of snow than they normally do, if people are like, oh, what's Minnesota? Aren't y'all used to snow? But you're not used to that much snow. You know what I'm saying? It's extreme. I'm saying it's the extremities. Yeah. I think that's challenging for the plants and the people.
I think even if it's not extreme, in any climate, your plants don't want to freeze. There's no plants that are like love freezing. I don't think. Well, I don't know. I don't grow in those.
I disagree.
But freezing, they're things and they freeze from the inside though, because they're made of water and water freezes.
Mm, not
Okay,
all of them.
I don't grow any plants that like to be frozen. So, and we freeze. I'm saying it doesn't matter if you think it's real winter or if it is extreme cold, but freezing is what's dangerous for most of the plants that we.
And also, most of the time, when it comes to freezing, plants can handle some frost or a certain multiple days, maybe
Totally.
once again to weeks and months of freezing.
Yeah.
But even then, there's still plants that not only like it but need it.
Yeah, I don't grow those, so
Of course not.
yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But we're all gonna rebound, just like the plants will, and keep it moving. We can have
And
our.
we're also gonna learn to adjust because this is gonna be the new normal, really, honestly. Like
I think the normal is going to be that everything's abnormal. It's
exactly.
not predictably bad. I don't think every winter is just going to be predictably unpredictable.
Absolutely. Just like summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying we have to get used to the fact that we can't predict the weather,
Yeah.
basically.
This past summer wasn't as hot as the summer before, actually. Yeah, and now this winter is colder than the winter before.
Oh, really? I felt the opposite.
Oh, I
I
think you.
felt the summer was really hot.
Mhm.
And that's why, for me, because I knew it was so hot, I knew winter was going to be really cold. I felt like summer was very extreme. So my anticipation was that winter was also going to be very extreme. I
Oh,
was right.
yeah, that's actually, yeah. I guess the same. Because summer was so strange, oddly cool. It wasn't cold, but it was oddly cool. Like there weren't that many days over 100. It was oddly cool. I thought that the summer was going to be oddly cold. Like I don't know. There's no real
Hmm.
science to this, but that's kind of what I was like. This was kind of a mild summer. I guess it's probably going to be an extreme winter.
Hmm. Yeah.
I was right, but I guess anybody could guess and be right sometimes, just like the weatherman.
Yeah. It's wild. But yeah. So anyway, we're going to try to grow resilient plants and also be resilient ourselves
Yeah,
um,
that's
in
fact.
order to adjust to
Mhm.
this new environment that we're living in,
Rest,
ever changing
yeah.
environment. Well,
Rest, lick your wounds, compost whatever's dead, and keep it moving.
great advice.
I think you're gonna take your losses. It's gonna
No,
happen.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
But this goes back to what we were saying before about kind of how we approached it when we first started versus how we are approaching it now, or how quickly we had to adjust our thought process.
Yeah.
Because when we first started, we had like one or two plants, and if you lost one, it was like soul crushing because you
So
only had one.
yeah.
And recognizing that your fragility was a result of your insecurity, your food insecurity, your plant insecurity.
Yeah.
If you feel like that strongly about losing one, the problem is that you don't have enough,
You don't have enough.
not that you lost one.
If you're worried about bugs eating your one whatever plant, yeah, you don't have enough. You need to sow more of that plant.
Yeah.
If you're
Which again, we don't believe in going to the store and buying more, or buying 20 plants, like because we don't buy plants. I'm putting an asterisk on that because there's some stuff we have bought, but for the most part, 98%, I would say, maybe 95%.
overnight.
Yeah, over 90% we grew from ourselves, seeds, cuttings, whatever. So we're not suggesting anyone go to the store and buy 10 tomato plants instead of one. I would rather see more people grow from seed. It's not as hard as you think.
Store and buy one.
Huh?
We're suggesting you don't go to the store and buy one. We're suggesting you buy.
That part.
Yeah.
When you can get a pack of seeds that have 10, 20 plants inside of there,
At least.
they be skimping. I'm thinking in my mind, when I was thinking about tomatoes, they be just, maybe 20 seeds in the bottom of that big ass pack.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the cost of one tomato plant, you could have gotten 20, 30 tomato seeds and started your own tomato plants,
Mhm.
which requires this level of anxiety that I'm feeling and preparing and getting organized and getting ahead of nature. You certainly can't wait until May or June and talk about growing some tomatoes from seed. Like, you too late at that point. And then yes, you will have to just go to the store and buy a tomato plant because you weren't organized, you weren't proactive, you weren't ready.
I'm not
Uh,
disagreeing with you. I just resist the. I feel like there's so many people who are always saying, like, wanting you to feel constantly behind. Like, oh, if you haven't planted this by now, you're too late. Is always like the title of videos on YouTube. I don't know. I feel like there's always time to plant something. I plant year round. I'm planting year round.
oh, for sure. Something, sister. But normally, the example you just gave, though, they're probably talking about something in particular, a plant variety. If you're thinking about growing tomatoes, for example, and it's June, you're too late. That's the reality. They're not going to make it.
Is there some variety that's a summer? I don't know. I'm just saying
No. You can grow something else.
It's over.
So perhaps,
Yeah.
perhaps that video should be like, if you're trying to grow tomatoes, you're too late, but you can still grow okra. I don't know. Maybe there should be a but after that, but
yeah,
you can't wait until the middle of summer talking about.
Encouraging instead of saying, but yeah, there's lots of other things you could be growing. You can still grow food just because you missed the window for tomatoes or whatever. There's still plenty of food you could be growing.
Absolutely.
And people get fixated on a certain crop for a certain season. Tomatoes is a great one. Get fixated on that season. That's all they're growing. And then you get like, multiple buckets of tomatoes, but you got nothing else to, like, what are you eating that with? Like, this is the same idea as what I said about not having a mango or avocado monoculture. The same thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't plant my whole garden out in tomatoes. I love tomatoes, but what else am I eating?
But I think to transition from going from buying food like in the grocery store to growing your own, you're like, what else is there to grow?
Yeah.
Like, we know
probably right.
Tomatoes, lettuce. Like, when you go to the grocery store, there's like 6 varieties of vegetables and there's only 1 variety of each. Like,
yeah,
I didn't know there were as many tomato varieties as
except apples. That's the only thing, like one of the things in the grocery store that has other varieties, but everything else, and potatoes, but pretty much everything else is just one. Like, I for longest thought there was only one type of lettuce, like you said. Or actually, I knew there was that frilly stuff in the bag, the fancy lettuce and iceberg.
I didn't know that was lettuce, though, honestly. I mean, it was a green, but I didn't know it was like a lettuce. I thought maybe it was I didn't even know nothing about chard and kale and the variety of leafy green vegetables.
Oh my gosh. Cauliflower? Why didn't anybody tell me? So good,
right?
So good.
So many vegetables that I didn't even know existed because they don't sell them in the grocery store.
I think I was like 30 years old when I first had a lot of vegetables. Cauliflower, beets. Yeah.
Spaghetti squash. The coolest. One of the coolest vegetables nature made. So cool. Mm-hmm. I discovered that.
Is that
growing it here?
It just made me think. What's your favorite vegetable?
That's so hard. You have to like choose your favorite child,
and not by season, but like if you could eat any. No, come on.
Not by season. This is getting harder and harder.
Just overall, if I could eat this every season year round. I already know what you're gonna say, but
I know you know what I'm gonna say.
Oh, go ahead. What?
I already know what you already know what I'm gonna say.
You're gonna say tomatoes.
I damn sure am.
I damn sure am. It's a fruit and not a vegetable.
Well, that could be said about a lot of things that we classify as vegetables, but aren't actually really vegetables.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Well, if not tomatoes, and I love that doesn't count. Because actually tomatoes would be my favorite fruit and vegetable. So.
Okay.
No. And also.
Go ahead.
I feel like favorite for what?
Well, I want to say like
favorite to eat, favorite to grow, favorite to can.
Yeah, I was gonna say not to grow because I can't grow my favorite one. But I was gonna say not to grow. I was thinking like that I would, even before I started growing food, when I was more into seasonal eating and I wouldn't eat foods that were out of season, this I would make an exception for year round. I want to eat it. I don't care where they're growing it and flying it from. I want to eat it.
And fly it in. Cauliflower.
That's correct.
Cauliflower is good.
I said what
I
I
hope that once I get my soil up on the farm, sister, I hope to be able to grow some for us so I can fly it in from Georgia so you don't have to go so far for it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
It's still seasonal, but if I can grow enough for us, we could chop and freeze it, you know?
Absolutely. Can and will. Yeah.
I'm doing my best.
Thank you. I thought I would try this season because obviously there are varieties of cauliflower that will grow in short winter seasons, but I had a even shorter than usual short winter, so that didn't go anywhere. But I did have seeds and I did try.
Maybe you need like a sprouting
I think I need.
cauliflower, you know?
I think when I
Not
have
like a whole head.
back, I will be fine because it doesn't need that snowball. Y is the one I got. It doesn't need a lot of months of cold. Usually,
Really?
I have at least 3 months of cold weather, but now I'm having barely a month of cold weather.
Cold, sister?
Cold enough for cauliflower to grow, not Minnesota cold.
I don't know if it's cold enough for cauliflower.
Well, people do grow it. Seasonal
But
and only the short season variety.
I feel like cauliflower is like one of those vegetables, similar to root vegetables, that they actually need cold and growing it like in warm weather.
It depends on the root.
Tasting really bitter.
Depends on the root, but yeah. You said root vegetables I want cassava. Actually, that may be on my list pretty soon. That may be on the list. Cauliflower soon. I would eat this year round. The way I've been craving this yucca since I ate last weekend. Oh, for y'all, I harvested my first little my first bit of yucca. I harvested 2 weeks ago. I still have a whole bunch on the needs to be harvested, but I was like, let me just pull up this little bit because I've eaten plenty of cassava yucca, but I've never grown it or prepared it for myself. I've just gone to a restaurant and gotten it. So this was my first time doing all that for myself. And oh my God.
You've gone where and gotten it?
What'd you say?
You said you've gone where and gotten it?
Restaurants. I've eaten. I mean, in Puerto Rico, I ate it. I eat it in Miami, obviously. Yucca fries. Oh my gosh. I've had yucca fries. What? Is it mofongo? If anybody is Puerto Rican, tell me. Mofongo, isn't that yucca? I'm pretty sure that's cassava, mashed cassava. I've had that. Anyway, the point is,
it's regionally specific for sure.
It's the Puerto Rican national dish. Pretty sure. Wrong, but pretty sure that's. Anyway, this was my first time growing it and preparing it for myself, and it was mind blowing. Like, speaking of why didn't anyone tell me? Like, why didn't anyone tell me? And it's a staple food all over the world. I'll probably do a video about it at some point and like read about it because it needs like nothing. I did nothing for this, and I have all this food, all this root crop tubers that I can harvest when I need them, and they don't need me to do much. It's amazing. Yeah,
love those
facts. And they provided great shade because they actually love the heat and need the. They provided great shade. That's why I started. That's why I put so many in. It wasn't because I want so much yucca. It was because I was like, these would be great shade structures, growing my shade for my smaller trees. And so I strategically put these yuccas around my smaller, more fragile trees that I didn't beat by the sun last summer.
And they're not heavy feeders.
Right.
So you didn't have to worry about enriching the soil in order. Excuse me. You didn't have to worry about enriching the soil in order to grow it.
Which is why worldwide it's a staple crop, because you don't need any inputs, minimal water. Once it's established, it's drought tolerant. It thrives in heat. Like, what's not to love? Yeah. I never watered it.
A lot like okra.
What'd you say?
No, I was just thinking it sounds a lot like okra. Yeah. In that. Anyway, I'm also thinking.
Anyway.
I was also thinking, as we're talking about like favorite foods and stuff, the reality is that I had, or the realization that I had when I started growing food, is that I had never actually eaten a real vegetable before. Like when you taste something that you grew compared to what you've been eating like all your life from the grocery store, you realize that you have never really eaten that thing before.
Tomatoes actually had taste. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like if you're not growing it, I don't even know if you could say you have a favorite. And most people probably don't even like vegetables, or they all taste the same, or whatever, or vegetables don't taste like nothing. I tell all those people, like, you must be getting from the grocery store. And you're right.
They're correct. It doesn't taste
Absolutely.
anything.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's nasty. And I understand why people don't like vegetables, or
Yes.
it is like so gross. Like most of the food there is so gross. I understand when people say, "Oh, I could never be a vegan. I could never be a vegetarian because I don't even really like vegetables like that." I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it.
Thank God we broadened our horizons, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's sad for them, but you don't even know what you're
More
missing.
for us.
Because to your point, even the varieties, there's so many things that you don't even know that you're missing out on.
So much. I can't wait. My God. To get my farm back up, because last year, if y'all don't know, last year I moved my farm, or I was in the middle of moving my farm. So I really didn't grow much last year. So I had to rely a lot on the grocery store, basically. I do have a home delivery farm service as well. But that was like mid-year when I started that. Anyway, so I was able to then start getting farm fresh food from other farms. But for a long time, I've been having to go to the grocery store and eat stuff from the grocery store, and it has not been living. So
you deserve better.
Part of the pressure, huh?
You deserve better.
Yeah,
we all deserve
better. So a lot of the pressure.
We all deserve better.
A lot of the pressure that I'm feeling this year is because I don't want to live another year like I did last year. Basically, like the trauma, for real, the trauma of surviving last year. I don't want to bring that into 2026. I want this year to be different for me. And I know that because I'm starting from a raw piece of land, I've got so much work to do if I want it to be any kind of productive. But I really, really want it to be productive because I don't want to eat like I ate last year.
I'd like to acknowledge that for people who aren't growing their own food, this probably sounds very dramatic. But once you start growing and eating your own food, it's very hard to go back to what the food-like substances that are sold in the store. Yeah.
And we could do a dating analogy to make it more relevant, but yeah. Once you get better, I'm just saying, once you get better, you can't go back.
Yeah. It's very hard. Now you know what you've been missing all this time. So it's just.
And you comparing every dude to that one good dude you have.
We got it. The one that got away.
None of these other fools can even try to you know what I'm saying? They don't come close.
Yeah.
I'm saying he died or something. He didn't get away, but right. Maybe you were married. I'm saying you wouldn't let him leave. Like you were together for a while. Maybe he unexpectedly had a car accident and passed away. I knew a lady who basically that was the one man she actually ever really loved, that she believed loved her. He died in a car accident, in a motorcycle accident, actually. He died in a motorcycle accident. And she was saying how difficult it is for her now to date or to be with anybody else because she's comparing every dude. She know, you know what I'm saying? She knows what it's like to be treated better and to be loved and, you know what I'm saying, to have true partnership and yada, yada. So she just can't go back she can't backtrack. You know what I'm saying?
Get it.
Downgrade her life.
So. On that note, what we're going to do for the rest of our day, it sounds like we're both on the same page, is rest and get ourselves in the headspace. Get ourselves in the headspace that you already did enough for today, sounds like. Get ourselves in the headspace
Clearly, we are not on the same page.
to take get ourselves in the right headspace to take charge of this next week on the farm. We'll go back to the farm next week, and we also need to have like the right mind. The mindset is everything, but we need to have the right mindset to accept that. Well, at least for me, you too, because your stuff's in pots. That we're gonna walk around and see a lot of losses, things that are gonna look terrible. Maybe not dead, but it's gonna look bad. If we're completely exhausted and already depleted, it's not gonna be easy to handle that. I think what we should be doing is resting, getting ourselves in a good headspace, ready to accept the conditions that accept where we are, and also plan and organize for our future to continue to move forward. Because regardless of how bad it looks, we're not stopping because we're not going back.
I think for me,
Mic drop.
the disturbing thing is that I believe all of what you're saying is true, sister. However, it's because of said expected losses and devastation that I expect to experience next week is why I feel like, bitch, you need to be sowing some more seeds. You got some more cuttings. Like, what else could you start out here? Because I feel like I'm going to have to be trying to recover.
We're going to do that, but at a comfortable pace, sister. So that means...
No.
Okay, well...
I'm sorry, sister. It's just not optional for me. I can't live this year. I can't live this year like I did last year.
You're not going to. I'm saying we even took time we could have canceled this live day. I've been doing something else with these last 36 minutes of my time. If I'm saying, but we're still making time to show up. We're also going to make time for our rest. We're going to make time to feed. Yeah. Well, high things. So that is pacing somewhere in there. Seeds will also get some, but showers need to be had. Naps need to be had. Other things are still happening around our central focus, growing food and taking care of ourselves.
I agree. You're right.
But stuff will always we always get the job done. That's why I had to tell myself taking this hour or however long we might be on this live is not gonna. Sure, I have really done nothing today, but I still show up for my virtual community, and also after I'm probably gonna take a nap after this. Take a nap. I'm exhausted and I have a faint headache. Take a nap. And it's raining too. It's perfect, like nap weather. You see, it's getting speaking. Take a nap and then get up and do some plant stuff. Yeah, some stuff in my nursery is what I think my plan of attack for the rest of the day. Or I may wake up from my nap and just realize, tomorrow's a new day.
Tomorrow's a new day.
I don't know. We'll see. It's not like I did today.
Sister, let me show you before we finish. I forgot. I wanted to show you. So remember
Yay, show and tell.
Huh?
Yay, show and tell.
Yeah, show and tell. Remember yesterday we did the live tour of my nursery, my winter nursery. And this is exactly why I look every day at what's happening in the nursery. And, I'm saying, just even I didn't water today because I watered yesterday, but I'm always observing to see what's changing and what's growing. Okay, you can't really see it too well. Let's see. But look at this little dill.
Oh, I do see it. I see it.
I think for people who don't grow also, like, if you don't grow anything, you don't even recognize how small these plants start.
Yeah.
And dill can take up to 6 weeks to germinate.
Yeah.
This has been, let's see. I put this in January 4th.
It just reminded me I did look at my dill, but the only reason I came down, since you're showing things we're excited about, I feel like I should find something I was excited about too. The one thing I'm excited about is my new plant. I got
so pretty.
Variegated Monstera cutting. I made a new friend, and he gifted me a rooted cutting from his variegated Monstera, which I'm really excited about.
So pretty.
So pretty, right?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't flower, but
That's what I was gonna say. Usually I reserve all my space for food.
Yeah.
But I make an exception for beautiful monsteras or other tropicals.
Totally. Or expensive things that can be propagated and then sold to
I
fund
didn't know
our
that was
food.
expensive. Here's my dill.
You said what?
I didn't know that was expensive.
It's expensive.
I believe you. This is my dill. January 26th, I sowed these seeds.
January 26th. Oh, nice. That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking better every day. I'm happy about it.
That came up. Yeah.
My See, this is why I didn't really spend a lot of time. I had to go this morning, so I didn't really spend a lot of time in my. Oh, I guess I haven't shown you guys. Okay, this is not. We're not doing this today. Okay, let's maybe tomorrow. I'll do a tour of my.
You'll do what?
Do a tour of my indoor nursery. I didn't do that. I only showed the outdoor the other day.
I thought about doing my outdoor the other day, but
My yarrow that has come up. Wait, let me move this so you can actually see the plant.
I can't see it. Sorry.
Please hold. Oh, oops.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's ridiculous how small these plants be starting out.
It is.
And also, this is what also, if you decide that you're gonna go to the store and buy a plant start, don't complain about how much plant starts start or how much plant starts cost. These folks started in January when you were still putting away your Christmas tree. They were starting to grow your tomatoes.
You're not wrong.
For real, I'm saying they're running heat mats, heat lamps, lights, just for you to get that little $5-10 start that you're complaining about how expensive plant starts are.
Yeah.
But also, don't complain about it. Buy yourself some seeds and you start instead of working your Christmas tree. You can be putting your you're getting your starts going.
That's a You're on a rant.
I'm just saying that's another thing until you actually start doing it. You don't even really appreciate how the cost of things. People who want to complain about the cost of our tomatoes or a bag of lettuce or a plant start or seeds or cuttings. Yeah. You don't even have any idea how much work. Yeah. The effort that goes into making that easier for you.
I think that all the time people complain about the price of groceries. I'm like, if you actually, I think, well, we can talk. This is another conversation, but considering how much work is involved, I mean, it's been commodified to the point that it's so cheap.
Yeah, and not for that manufactured process. I mean, that food. There's the food that's in the stores. It shouldn't be as expensive as it is. I mean, it's grown in a lab.
Yeah.
What do you got? Electricity? Like
yeah. But then to get there and think you're going to go to your local farm and get some heirloom tomato for the same price as that tasteless thing that you get at the grocery store. It's like, yeah, it's not even.
Yeah, it's not even a real tomato.
It's
and
not.
You want to tell your farmer, well, I could just go to Publix and get whatever.
You should do that.
You should go to Publix.
Yeah.
Because you don't even appreciate that this is an actual tomato.
Don't even know what you got. Yeah.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
All of you get to experience that for yourself.
Yeah. Grow it for yourself.
And what's the what's a tagline? What is it? You can't grow all the food that everybody needs. But everybody
You can't grow all the food that the people need, but the people need all the food that you can grow.
What she said. We'll see y'all tomorrow at 2:00. Maybe I'll do a tour of my indoor growing setup. Drop it in the comments if that's what y'all want to see.
Sounds cool. I can't wait to see because I haven't seen it in a while.
Okay, right. Well, you don't count.
I might be the only one excited to see your little raggedy indoor growing space.
All right. On that note, sorry, there's a bad connection, so gotta go.
Bye.
Bye.